Okay, so this video is about creating a basic clock face. This can obviously then be sent to a laser cutter, or it could be printed for the face of a clock. And we're going to use some of the skills, including using the various attach menu tools. We're going to use the circle tools, and we're also going to use a range of text tools and using construction points in a useful way as well. So first of all, we're going to start by drawing the basic clock face. Now, if you're doing this project, we start with generally a basic clock face of a radius of about 60 if we're doing a standard circular clock. If we click OK there, notice I can double click on the circle to set the radius. If I click the circle once and then click to the side, it will place that circle. Now, what we generally have in the centre of the clock is a hole for where the mechanism can be placed in as well. So we've got to make sure that goes in the centre. So what we're going to do is we're going to open up the attach menu by double clicking it and choose centre of arc. Now when I start drawing a circle, it will jump, hopefully if I'm quite close to the centre, it will jump to exactly the centre point. Now notice I've started drawing my circle. Now if I want to set the size of this, I can just double click on the circle there and set the radius in here. So I'm going to set the radius to 5 and click OK, and again I just click to the side of the circle there to set it in position. So that's the basic clock face done. Okay. Now what we generally want to do is place positions around here where we're going to put the various numbers or the symbols for the different numbers of the clock, 1 to 12, around the side. So what I'm going to start by doing is just setting a line, just going up from the centre of the clock here, just going up. Now I want it to be completely straight up, so I'm going to click this button, radial lock, which locks it into position going up. Okay, so I'm going to click that there, and I'm going to use my delete section just to take away this little bit. So that gives me one set point there where I'm going to position my number along. Now I'm going to use my first construction point tool here to put a construction point in place along that line. So I'm going to set it along the line at a distance of, I don't know, let's try 40 millimeters. Okay, so if I click on the line there, it's placed one here. In fact, I think that's maybe a little bit low, so we're going to move it a little bit higher. We're going to move it up to 45, and again click the line and it will place that there. So I'm going to put one of my numbers on the clock face there. Now I could, there's a range of ways of doing this, get these numbers all the way around, and the way I'm going to use it is by using the rotate tool. So I'm going to select this point, just this one point here, and hold down on the move where it says move or copy, and go along to the bit where it says rotate the object. So I'm going to rotate that object, but I'm not just going to produce one, I'm going to produce repeats of it. So I'm going to produce 11 repeats, because there are obviously 12 numbers, plus the one I've got there, plus 11 makes 12, and I'm going to choose an angle of rotation of 30 degrees, because obviously 12 times 30 is 360, and there's 360 degrees in my circle. So I'm going to click OK, and then all it's asking me to do is place that circle somewhere. So I'm going to choose again, making sure that I've got the centre of the arc set. I'm just going to click on the centre there, and notice it puts these points evenly around the space. Now, regardless of the shape of the clock, this would obviously work. So I could have, you know, a rectangular clock or a different shape size, but it will put those in the right positions. That won't change. Okay. Now, the last thing I want to start doing now on this is to put the numbers in place. So I'm going to double click on my text tool, and I'm just going to choose a font that I like. Okay, so I can go down here. I'm going to choose this Bauhaus font. It's quite a nice chunky font, and I'm going to make it bold to make it even darker. Now we can set the height here. That's quite important because we don't want it to be too big. So I'm going to try 10 millimeters and click OK. And then if I click anywhere on the screen like this, I can put my first number in, which is going to be 12. So if I click OK, there's my number. Now if at any point I don't want that font, I can go back into properties here and settings, and I can edit the font, I can edit the size, and so on and so forth, and by clicking OK it will change that font. Now all I've got to do now is move these into position. So I select the font like this, I click it in the middle, I make sure that I've got my attach menu again, and this time I'm going to choose construction points. I've got 12 construction points around the circle. So I click OK and just move it to near the construction point, and it will lock it in position. Now all I've got to do to make the various different numbers is just edit these numbers. Notice I copy and pasted there, and just move these one by one into place. So we'll just do one more, we'll do the number 10 there. I just click OK to reset it, and then just move it from the centre of the point to the construction point there. If I just keep doing that, I'll have all my numbers on my face. And that's a basic clock.